Hey guys, Mike from B Tech Reviews here, and we are live Friday, February 2nd already. I can't believe it's already February the 2nd, so hopefully everyone's having a good year. January was definitely a long month for me. I had some family issues, had some personal issues, but we're still doing our best out here to make mobile content for you guys, and definitely live streaming. It is Friday night, so I doubt anyone is going to get on this late, but you never know. I'm going to just be discussing some Boost Mobile prepaid deals for you guys. So if you guys are tuning in, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, guys. And just again, appreciate everyone being here. So today we are going to go over Boost Mobile deals. I just am trying to get everything set up here so you guys can check. I am simulcasting on Twitter or X, the X app, and Twitter as well. Not Twitter, but you know what I mean. YouTube as well. Apologies. 1 second here while I just check the stream here to see if everything sounds okay. View channel here. There we go. Okay, 1 second, guys. 1 second here while I. Okay, so it seems to be going through okay. So I'm going to be watching on one of my devices here. So again, shout out to everybody that comes in. Don't forget to hit that like button. And shout out to all my new subscribers, by the way, that have been subscribing to the channel. I don't know if these are real people or bots or whatever, but anyways, let's get this going, guys. So again, let's take a look at the Boost Mobile deals today, starting February, or not February, but some of these have already been going on a couple of days here. So our latest deals right now, of course, if you scroll all the way to the top right, you still have a $25 bring your own phone unlimited plan, right? So this is for people that are coming in outside and you have your own unlocked device. I think the $25 plan would be an ideal for people that again have an unlocked phone. Of course, you do have a $40 plan that gets you 12 gigs of mobile hotspot, unlimited data, unlimited text, and of course, that so you are limited on the $25 plan with no hotspot, of course. And of course, you actually have a 5 gigabyte plan, which I believe that used to be $10. I'm not sure if they upped the price on that, but you still get unlimited talk and text for $15 a month, 5 gigs of 5G data, right? 4 gig data a month, and then you get mobile hotspot according to this as well. I don't know how much mobile hotspot. We can look a little more into that later. It probably doesn't give you that much though. Um, Looks like we got a few people in the chat, by the way. If you guys are just joining in, smash that like button. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. And, we'll continue going on here, going over the deals on Boost Mobile. So I definitely do plan to get a Boost Mobile device within the next month or so, guys. I'm not sure if that's going to be like the Samsung A25 series or maybe a Celero phone. Again, currently, we do have some deals. So right now, currently, again, like you can get the the Samsung A15 for only $39 with the $60 unlimited plan. So I'm definitely not a fan of you having to pick the highest streams having to pick the highest plans as far as the mobile goes just to get the phone discounted. I'm just not a fan of that. I'm not seeing that from Metro by T-Mobile, at least when it comes to that. So again, iPhone 12. I believe this is probably going to be the big one, which is the iPhone 12, because even though the iPhone 12 is a few years old already, we're already on the iPhone 15, right? This is like a 3-year-old device, right? The original iPhone 12, I believe, came out in fall of 2020. Marking down the phone from 629, which I don't think ideally that this one would still be in the 600 range brand new, but again, excuse me, you can get this phone. My thing on this is this a 64 gigs of internal memory only? Let's find out. So yeah, it's only a 64 gigabyte variant on the iPhone 12. So even though the phone is heavily discounted, right? You're only getting 64 gigs of internal memory. So I definitely don't see someone getting this phone that wants to use this for a lot of things like pictures and videos, unless you're using like iCloud, and iCloud is just something for them. Okay, I don't know why honey keeps popping up. I really need to I really need to get rid of that Look at that. I can't even scroll without honey popping up. But anyways, I mean, iPhone 12 is still a very good phone in 2024. You know, I'm still on my iPhone 13 Pro, and I legit, you know, I never had the original iPhone 12. I believe I had the iPhone 12 mini, which was a 5.4-inch screen. Kind of regret getting the iPhone 12 mini though. In fact, if I would have gotten the original iPhone 12 or iPhone 12 Pro, I'd probably still have that. But you know, regardless, still a very nice phone to have. If you're into the iPhone series, or if you're looking to transition from Android to iPhone, right? You know, again, you're still getting a very good phone, A14 Bionic chip. Again, it says 64, 128, or 256 gigs of internal memory, but you're only getting 64 from this device specifically because this is the phone that's discounted. You know, you're getting that, you know, that 6.1-inch screen, which, you know, I remember they were, you know, the Super Retina XDR display, which, you know, again, it's just basically an OLED panel from Samsung. Nothing really too crazy. 60 hertz refresh rate. I don't believe they started using anything above 60 hertz until the iPhone 14. So again, but you guys are still going to get updates on this device probably for a few years. You're going to get great camera and picture quality because it's an iPhone no matter what. Very little lag when it comes to the device. So let's go back here, guys. Hey, we got 6 people in the chat, guys. Thanks again for joining in. And if you guys can, please smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. You know, it definitely helps out the channel. And let me see. It says we have 5 or 6 people watching. So again, guys, if you guys are joining in, just please, you know, join in and smash that like button. So yeah, let's check out the Samsung A15, which I actually got this device on Metro by T-Mobile currently. And I'm just going to be honest, guys, I would skip this device. It's definitely a very sluggish phone. At least the variant I have, right? 4 gigs of internal memory with, or I'm sorry, 4 gigs of RAM with a MediaTek processor. I wouldn't even use this phone for, like, let's say a, you know, like it just as a media player, because it's very stuttery. Like the transitions on this device are just bad. I don't know if it's One UI possibly. I'm thinking about like downloading Nova Launcher to see if that helps a little bit, because I'm pretty sure it's One UI that's really making the device sluggish. Very nice screen though, surprisingly, you know, for a phone that's under $250. It says it has an OLED panel over here. I don't know why. It's a Super AMOLED display. So 6.5-inch display, not a bad looking display, not a bad design. I'm just not a fan of the teardrop notch on the phone. Looks like we got Titus Wilkin in the house. Boost just added the Galaxy A25 also. Yes, so the A25 has actually been up for about a week already. It's not a phone that, you know, people are like running to get though. I do want to get the A25, but you know, definitely again the specs on this device, you know, considering it's got a 50 megapixel camera and this and that, it's just definitely not something that I would be looking forward to. It takes decent video for what it is. Like if you guys check out my channel, I've already posted a video on this specific. Here, let me put myself on the bottom right. I already posted a video on like the video and picture quality of it. It doesn't really take bad pictures. You know, I feel like a lot of these mid-rangers have the same 50 megapixel camera sensor and everything like that. It's got a triple camera setup, right? You know, it does have, you know, a little bit of a wide angle lens, a telephoto lens, etc. like that. But it's really, you know, for what it is, you know, main camera 50 megapixels, you have a 5 megapixel ultra wide and then that 2 megapixel macro. You know, it takes pretty decent shots, like honestly. I think this is where it fails. It says with the impressive power of 5G speeds, your device is ready to handle both the workload and entertainment. So, you know, the variant I got, which is the Metro by T-Mobile version, has only 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs. Now, I don't know if the memory goes up when you get the 256 gigabyte version of this, because it says memory 4, 6, and 8 gigs. Mine does not have 6 or 8 gigs. I'll tell you that much. I feel like if it did have 6 gigs, this thing would still be stuttering. I'm waiting for them to play some sort of update on this, so that, because this MediaTek processor, which is the MediaTek 6835V, even though it's octa-core, it's clocked at 2 gigahertz, it is slow. Like, and I wouldn't say it's slow. I don't know how to explain it, guys. You know, it's just not what I thought it was going to be. Like, I thought it was going to be a little more fluid than what it is. and it's just really not. It kind of makes the phone, a little unbearable to use at times. So other devices, which this device is probably going to be a device that if you guys are getting into Metro by T-Mobile, or I'm sorry, Boost Mobile, you can get this device relatively cheap. You can get this for $9.99. The regular Celero 5G. So this is the new Celero 5G. So Celero 5G 2024 comes with a 6.5-inch screen, 40 hours of talk time, Android 13, 15 megapixel camera. It says performance perfectly priced, right? So again, I've never used any of the Celero phones. I know Tito and some of the other guys like CV Tech and Magic Tech Reviews have used this device. I personally, haven't touched it. 90 hertz display, which again, can't be super bad. Again, anything with higher than a 60 hertz refresh rate. But again, there's no point in having a high performing refresh rate if the processor doesn't go with it. So it's one of those devices where you can ask yourself, well, should I spend the extra $40-$50 on the Celero 5G Plus, which has a 120 hertz display, a bigger screen, and of course, I think this one comes with 8 gigs of RAM as well. Both devices are almost similar in processor, or I'm sorry, in specs. The only difference is the screen size, the refresh rate on the screen, and I believe the Celero 5G Plus gives you 256 gigs of internal memory and wireless charging. But other than that, they both have the same processor. So it's something that I probably would think about, getting again, if this was like an intro device, again, the fact that, you can only take 1080p video on this device, excuse me, is a little discouraging. Just because, I definitely wouldn't. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Boost just added. Okay, Celero. You're saying, is the Celero 5G Plus camera better? I believe the 5G Plus actually has a third camera sensor, which I think it looks horrible. We'll get into that. I'll look at that later on. But I'm definitely kind of intrigued by this device for $10. I mean, for a $10 phone, you still get pretty decent specs. Android 13, 5,000 milliamp battery. It's just that MediaTek processor, which I'm definitely not, gawking at, because MediaTek, it has impressed me in some phones that I've used in the past, but like the one in the Samsung device is just not great right now. Let's see. Here's another one, which I probably would skip also. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, never mind. The Moto G 5G, which I believe this one is. It is it's a $19 phone currently, marked down from $189, 4 gigs. Here's another device though by Motorola, and I feel like Motorola has really dropped the ball when it comes to the Moto G series, just because they really used to be pretty decent. I used to be a big fan of the Moto G lineup. These devices, especially back in the day, were ones that I really enjoyed using, because even though they were only like, I would say under a couple $100 most of the time. I think the original Moto G was like 140 or $150, but it had pretty decent specs. It was stock Android also back then. This is when Motorola, I think, was owned by Google, so they kind of took advantage a little bit of it. These are not bad looking devices to any means though. Again, but 6.5-inch screen, 48 megapixel camera, Android 13, again, that's decent, right? But again, I feel like a lot of these mid-range or budget devices just have the same stuff. 120 hertz refresh rate, which is pretty decent, but at the same time, you're not getting any type of, you're getting an IPS display, or they call it HD plus or FHD, whatever you want to call it. It says up to 2 days. So really, the strong point on some of these devices are basically just the battery life and maybe the camera in some aspects. Snapdragon 480, which that's actually interesting. It says it's a Snapdragon 480 plus 5G. Snapdragon 480 would be the bottom barrel. I don't know how new that processing chip is. I really don't know. but I just recall that like anything below the 600 series is kind of slowish. Again, the cool part is you get expandable memory. So this one only does come with 64 gigs of internal memory. And again, I'm just kind of going through the specs here, guys. Definitely, you're going to get more of a stock Android experience as well. I personally would probably skip this and go for like a phone like the Moto Stylus 5G instead. Here we go. Here's the phone that you were talking about, Titus, which was the Celero 5G Plus. Let's go ahead and check out the specs on that really quick. And let's take a look here. 1 second. We had like 6 people in the chat at one point. So if let's just say I do get this phone, first of all, like out of the gate, you're getting 256 gigs of internal memory, which is good because if you're a fan of taking pictures and video or using your phone as media storage for like music, etc., like that, this is going to be a phone that you're going to want to use. My question about devices like this are the longevity, because I really doubt that they are going to get a lot of security updates, maybe a year or two. But I mean, I don't really recall a lot of the YouTubers saying that the original Celero devices are getting like Android updates, etc., like that. This one does have a triple camera setup, and we'll get more into that. So check it out. 108 megapixel camera. That's crazy. I think that's overkill, honestly. Android 13. Again, you get the Boost Celero 5G Plus. Again, mobile experience to the max, guys. Okay, I don't know who's in charge of Boost marketing. Their Photoshop skills is definitely great, by the way. So FHD Plus Gorilla Glass 3. I think they're already like on a higher Gorilla Glass if I'm not correct on. I think they're already like on Gorilla Glass like 5 or 6. The quad cameras on Celero 5G Plus are comprised of multiple lenses, each optimized for a specific purpose. These versatile cameras include outstanding 108 megapixel main camera, right, which is crazy. One of those camera sensors. So this actually has 4 cameras, but it looks like kind of like an iPhone cutout without the actual square cutout. But it does have 4 camera sensors in there from the looks of it. 108, that's overkill. Premium audio with the Boost Max Audio Revel and the Symphony of Everything Rhythm, Melody, and Detail Showcase. Wow, okay. Ultimate performance designed to handle the most demanding tasks, right? I don't know. That goes back to can these phones game? They probably could, honestly. You could probably get, decent, or not decent, but at least some playable games on here that will probably play at 30 frames a second, maybe less depending on what you're playing here. Again, battery life shouldn't be an issue. It says optimized security. I don't know about that. Premium design, it looks basically like a carbon iPhone 15 Pro Max. So again, the only difference really is the what the heck? Hold on. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see. Okay, so going back here, guys. Sorry about that. I was a little bit distracted. I was getting a message from my friend. So again, cameras, again, the regular Celero has a triple camera setup, which it looks like it only has 2, but there's actually 3 camera sensors here. Celero 5G Plus has a quad camera setup, which definitely, again, you can't tell because it looks like it has a 3 camera setup. Bigger screen, obviously. You're not really getting a higher looking screen as far as a little bit more as far as the refresh rate goes, but not much more. So I don't know. It's the only difference is you get wireless charging and bigger screen and basically more internal memory. That's basically it. It's basically the same phone with an extra camera sensor, basically. So would I get this device? I don't know. It's hard for me to say because again, I'm not trying to insult the people that are getting Celero devices. It's just not a phone that I think I would maybe possibly get. Going over to the Samsung A25 series, this one might be. Whoa! I did not click the A20. I did not click the TCL30Z. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I clicked the wrong device by accident. That's okay. Let's try this again. Okay, I'm literally clicking this and it's taking me to the TCL 30Z. Now, I don't think anyone's buying a TCL 30Z. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Let's go. It could be the actual phone deal page. And check it out, guys. You could actually get the Samsung device, the new Samsung 24 series devices on sale now, which the Samsung S24 regular $599. I would say that's probably on par with getting like the regular Pixel 8, right? Especially the pricing, 128 gigs. I think if I were to get an S24 phone, this would be it, honestly. Or maybe wait for the S24 FE if that is even a thing. Ooh, I do like this color. I like the marble gray color. Not a fan of the Onyx Block or whatever. Or I'm sorry, the Amber Yellow, but let's see. Onyx Black probably looks pretty decent also. I'd probably go with the Marble Gray just because I'm kind of getting tired of black phones. Not to knock on the black phones, but you know, this looks pretty good, honestly. Obviously, you know, it does look a little more iPhone shape-ish, you know, as far as the curvature goes. This is the regular S24. I don't know why it's promoting. It says S24 and 24 Plus. Okay, it's talking about its AI. You know, 15 megapixel camera, again, 8K video. So I think that's going to be probably one of the selling points for me if I were to ever get this phone, is going to be, hey, what's up? We got Latrell Jennings in the house. How's it going? Ain't no way I caught your live. Yeah, you always miss all of my lives, Latrizzle. So, you know, but I don't plan to be on long. I'm just kind of going over Boost Mobile deals right now. And the Samsung S24, you can get it directly from Boost Mobile for $599, you know. So again, it's going to give you comparisons here. So it's like what, like the S24, which the screen size for the S24, in my opinion, would be like perfect 6.2 inch screen, not too big, not too small either. Then you jump to the S24 Plus, which would probably be, I feel like a lot of people would actually maybe go for the S24 Plus rather than go for the S24 Ultra. But you know, I don't know. I really don't like the design of the S24 Ultra. I hate, I hate this. The sharp corners of the screen, it just doesn't look very attractive to me, if I could be 100% honest. You know, I'm sure all of the screens look good. It's kind of crazy that you just get an FHD screen with the regular S24 rather than like a quad HD plus screen with the other devices. But you know, they're just giving you camera comparisons here. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Latrell. Thanks again for joining in on the chat, and smash that like button. You know, again, I just kind of want to go over the quick basic specs of the S24 really quick. So again, 4,000 milliamp battery, which actually might disappoint a lot of people, because like at this point, if you're gonna have a flagship phone that, especially with a hungry Snapdragon processor, look at that, it's got a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the Galaxy octa-core, up to 3.4 gigahertz, right? 4,000 milliamp. I feel like this phone is gonna die quickly. You're gonna have to charge it at least once or twice throughout the day, depending on usage. You know, 8 gigs of RAM. So nothing too crazy there. It's got a 6.2 inch super dynamic AMOLED 2x FHD plus. I'm sure the screen looks very nice. You know, that's something that might keep me away from a phone like this, just the battery life itself. 4,000 milliamp battery, like if it 4,500 would probably be the minimum for me. Like I don't care if the screen size is smaller. Like at the end of the day, like the screen is not really what's eating up the battery. It's really just like how you use the device, right? So very interesting, though. I definitely would not get that device if 4,000 milliamp, which they're already marking it down from $799 to $599, so they're marking it down $200. So your closest phone next to that would be the S24 Plus at $1,000, and then you have the S24 Ultra at $1,300. So many people are buying the S24 Ultra, it's crazy, and I think that phone is just a little overrated in my opinion. You know, but again, take it with a grain of salt. That is my opinion, guys. So. You know, they still got the Motorola Razr on sale for $199 on Boost Mobile as well. But yeah, really, that's the only deals: the Celero, the A25, the A15, the A24 Ultra. So I don't know, guys. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below if you guys get to watch the rest of the video here. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream here. I just wanted to do a quick live stream, you know, to keep the algorithm going. for the YouTube channel, especially just because let's swap this out. There you go. I like to be on the left side. You guys let me know what you guys think. You know, if you guys would be interested in any of these devices, right? I'm definitely thinking about getting another phone. I honestly want to get the Motorola Think phone. I don't know why that phone came out like last summer, and I don't know why. I just really want to see how that phone performs and how it works, etc. like that. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the stream here. Smash that like button. I hope maybe I'll get Latrell on the next live stream. We'll